Thank you all for coming today. Thanks for having me. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about Tansy and yeah, exciting stuff that we are building. Yeah, first of all, my name is Thiago. I'm VP of Growth of Tansy. Yeah, I just joined Tansy like 10 months ago, right after it was found. By the time we were just raising our first round, it was yeah, it was super tough time to raise, but we managed to raise from Arrington Capital. It was super cool, and yeah, in that time we have only PowerPoint, right? So and it was 10 months ago, so super tough time, but yeah, we managed to get that. And yeah, let's jump in the presentation here. So here's like a landscape about Appchains. So, and that's the main motivation for Tansy, right? So a few years ago, we only have Polkadot, Cosmos, and yeah, just a few chains, app-specific chains. But right now, we have all this horde of, different approaches, different smells and flavors. But yeah, the app chain landscape has just grown a lot in the last years. And yeah, so one can ask like why to build an app chain, right? So why to build your app-specific chain instead of just deploying your smart contract-based application on top of a layer one, right? Why would I do that? So yeah, there are many advantages for building our own chain. Main advantage is the full customizability that you have. So yeah, in our case here, we are building on top of Polkadot. So we leverage the consensus layer and the execution, the settlement layer of Polkadot. But besides that, you have full customizability, and you are in control of your chain all the time. So that creates a lot of cool stuff that you can derive from that. Yeah, you can have vertical integration, so that allows a lot of flexibility. For instance, you can configure your own token to be the base token for a chain. A cool example for that, which is not in the Polkadot ecosystem, is Osmosis. So yeah, they absolutely allow many tokens to be used as a mean of gas fee payment. So that's one cool thing that you can make in our app chain. You can even have like I don't know, a gasless chain. I mean, you can customize all of that. That's a particularly interesting for enterprise applications. That's a cool use case as well. So yeah, as I said, for any projects that have already a token, a governance token, it brings also more utility to this token, right? Because you can easily configure this token to be the base token of the chain. You can use that for payment for gas fees, staking mechanisms, and all that funny stuff that you can make to build and help to increase in your community, right? So. But yeah, I mean, all of that sounds wonderful, but building app chains, yeah, you just have a lot of challenges with that, right? So I'm going to illustrate a little bit. So first, you have the complex infrastructure management. Yeah, it's just maybe not the most capital efficient way to build. You have a lot of not only operational, but also financial overhead on that. Yeah, I mean, we believe in a multi-chain world, right? So you have to create all this connectivity to bridges, cross-chain communication. That's particularly more easy, I would say, in Polkadot world and Cosmos world, but still, it's a challenge for those who are not familiar to XCM. It's not an easy animal to play with, but yeah, it's possible. And yeah, I mean, it's just another challenge is like the community building, right? Because you are building a whole community yourself. So yeah, to solve all of that, yeah, that's Tansy, right? So for those who are not familiar to this design here, that's a relay chain of Polkadot right here. And Tansy itself, Tansy is an app chain, is a parachain itself. And Tansy has only one purpose, which is to launch other parachains. It's not accurate to say that we are launching app chains on top of Tansy, but it's accurate to say that Tansy is enabling other parachains, leveraging our shared sequencer set. In Polkadot, we have this fancy name for sequencers, which is collator. So yeah, Tansy is pretty much like actually the core business model of Tansy is the shared collator set. That's how Tansy makes money. Tansy is paid by the block production service in Tansy tokens, and that's yeah, that's our model, right? So we are not only producing blocks on behalf of the other chains. but also we produce, we are DA layer, if you will, as well. So the data retrievability is done by us as well. It's done by a special type of node that we call, data retrievers, on the absence of a better and more inventive name. But yeah, so that's Tensi's architecture in a nutshell. I'd like to, well, I'm VP of Growth, so I'm super happy to show this this chart here. So we are super happy with the first achievements that we did. So we launched in mainnet, in testnet about 6 months ago. During this time, we onboarded 200 new projects in Polkadot. So of course, these projects they range a lot. Like the level of maturity of all these projects, they range a lot. We have individual developers, we have more consolidated projects, but yeah, that's a quite impressive number, and we are super proud about that. Also, talking about community, we have like global communities. We have already ambassadors and people, producing content and spreading Tensi's word in 11 countries. Yeah, it's just super exciting to see this super vibrant ecosystem that we are building. Yeah, about competitive landscape, right? So I think, as I mentioned in the beginning, the Appchain landscape has grown a lot in the last years, but we still, we believe that we have a lot of competitive advantages, especially when it comes to shared security. So Polkadot is uniquely enabling not only the shared security model, but also all the communication through Axiom. So I think when you combine all of that, that's super powerful, right? So yeah, so here in the left side, you have all these advantages I said, but you still have the disadvantages, which are the crowd loans. Yeah, if you want to bootstrap your own parachain, you are also responsible for bootstrapping your own collator set. And yeah, that's a little bit of the problem that we want to address. So yeah, and we believe that this is going to be reducing really significantly the hurdles to build on Polkadot. When the discussion comes more to this side, that maybe is more, I'd say, hot or has more narrative. So we have other problems in this infrastructure. So for instance, if you're talking about optimism, so optimism, they don't even have the fault-proof thing. So what it means in practice is that if there is a challenge, we are relying on Optimism team to say what transaction is valid, right? So that's okay. I mean, there's no bad thing on that, but just doesn't work for several applications, right? If we are really willing to build actual protocols, maybe there's not the structure that you want. If you're talking about Polygon CDK, for instance, that's super centralized infrastructure, so you apply to receive a slot and have the right to develop your own chain in that infrastructure, and so on and so forth. If you're talking about Avalanche, that's the other side. I mean, there's a very high cost to put all the nodes infrastructure in place. So yeah, we believe we are addressing all of that in Tensi. So we are very proud of that, actually, and I think this summarizes everything that I just said. So this is a screenshot of Tensi app. And as you can see here, what we built is pretty much like a wizard. It's pretty much like when you are installing some software in your computer, you just give some parameters and you go through this workflow here. So first you're going to choose if we're going to be, first you connect your wallet over there. It can be a MetaMask wallet. We implemented a connection to MetaMask using snaps, which was super cool. Before, you needed to connect using a Talisman or Nova wallet or any other Substrate wallet. Now it's feasible using MetaMask as well. So once you connect your wallet, you are redirected to this screen here. You select the template you want to do. That's another super cool thing about Polkadot. So Polkadot has these precompiled templates. And the way we structured that is that our EVM template is a fork of Moonbeam template. We have also a Substrate template and a custom template. In the case of Parachain, wants to delegate the block production functionalities to Tensi. It can be done also with this type of custom deployment, right? So here you give some parameters, right? So the name of the token, the amount of decimals, credentials. Yeah, the sudo account, which is the master address, which is the master address of your chain. Other stuff you can input here as well, like your gas fee policy. Maybe if you want to deploy smart contract on top of your chain as well to, I don't know, make some some token distribution right in the Genesis. I mean, you can configure all of that here. And at the end of the process, what we have is it's a full running chain producing blocks already with integration to RPC endpoints, to block explorers, and a lot of integrations to other tooling as well, like wallets, indexers, bridges, you name it. So we are constantly looking forward to having more integrations here. You can think of Tencent app as pretty much like a shopping cart, So we just select the items that you wanna, eat, and we cook the dinner for you. That's another way to explain how Tencent works. That's another super cool thing that's uniquely enabled by Polkadot, the forkless updates, right? So imagine that once you deploy your chain, you want to, I don't know, change the indexer that you are using. So that's fine. You can just update your runtime and kind of redeploy your chain by leveraging this forkless update infrastructure. Yeah, that's pretty much like the UI of Tencent. And yeah, once you connect your wallet again after deploying the chain, this is going to be pretty much, and I'm sorry that I don't have a print here, but it's going to be pretty much like a control center of your chain. You're going to have like dashboards. You're going to have all the other tooling. You're going to have your RPC endpoint, your links to your block explorers, and all that stuff. So it really becomes like a control center of your chain. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we are already out of time. But yeah, I really encourage you guys to follow us in the social media. We are super excited about the community and about everything. So follow us in Twitter, follow us in LinkedIn, whatever you guys prefer. Yeah, it's super happy to answer any questions you guys might have. And yeah, thank you very much for listening.